Welcome to Building Fortunes Radio. Make sure you check us out at buildingfortunesradio.com. Along with our marketing partners, we're here to help our PM Marketing Network Lead customers build their businesses and make the world a better place. At Building Fortunes, we know how much your business means to you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingles.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingles here. You are listening to us on the Coach Gaymon radio show on the Building Fortunes radio platform. This whole thing got started a couple of months ago when we were talking to Coach Gaymon about some of the things he was working on. He's a legend in the MLM and the home-based business world. He's lived 1,000 lifetimes, wonderful careers in our industry, and is not giving up. He's still here to be able to make a difference in the world by helping as many people as he possibly can, both with wonderful products and an exceptional business opportunity for those people that want to take advantage of that. And today, he's got a special guest who comes back and has been a guest on our radio show multiple times. So for those people that are listening in, if you go to CoachGaymon.com, Coach, remember spelling is easy, or spelling is important on the internet. So Coach, you know how to do that one, C-O-A-C-H, Gaymon, Gaymon.com is where you want to go for this, as well as the previous radio shows. And we posted on CoachGaymon.com as well as BuildingFortunesRadio.com/Coach Gaymon. So you'll be able to find him in multiple places. So if it looks like he's everywhere, it is because he is everywhere. We rebroadcast this on multiple and different platforms all across the internet. So we try to do this to spread the word, and today is going to be another great idea as far as spreading the word. So Coach Preston Gaymon, thanks for being here on your own radio show.
Hey, thank you, Peter. And I want to say a happy holiday season to all that are listening in and all the families. And we're hoping that you have a very safe and prosperous holiday. And what we want to share with you today is a good solution coming into the first of the year to not only keep ourselves healthy, but also to get us on the road to wealth if we so choose to go that way. As Peter said, I've been in the industry for several decades. I've made seven-figure income in this particular industry, and I'm very excited about the business opportunity that I'm now working, which is called Engage Global, which is a nutritional company. I've been in several companies in the past up to the level of being on the advisory board, but I've never seen a better company as far as the product and as far as the people who run this company. I'm so pleased by these areas because the person that we have that's crafting our Engage products is none other than Dr. Kedar Prasad, and he is the first PhD in biological radiation, and he received that degree or that level of expertise in 1963. So you might want to Google his name. His name is Kedar Prasad. Many know him around the world as the modern-day Einstein. His products are special because they're micronutrients, and because they are such small nutrients and very powerful, they get right through the blood barrier and go right into the organs of the body where they're needed. It's really amazing what these products can do in such a short period of time. When I first got involved with these products a couple of years ago, the Engage product line, I was not, and I repeat, I was not looking for a business opportunity at that time because, quite frankly, I didn't need the money, but I did have some health challenges. I have glaucoma, and at that particular time, my eyes were burning fiercely. They were watering. I was getting these big floating floaters that were in multiple colors, and I started using the product. I didn't just start with the maintenance dose. I was doubling up, tripling up on the product as they were prescribed. And this is what Dr. Prasad says. When you have some conditions that are kind of out of control, you want to use more than just the maintenance dose. So I was doubling and tripling my doses of the product every day, and lo and behold, it wasn't long before my eyes settled down and the burning stopped, the watering stopped, and I'm seeing much better now. At that time, I couldn't even use my laptop, could barely use my phone to transact business, but I can use both of those and with great proficiency today. Another thing that was troubling me at that time, I had neuropathy in all 10 toes. I was having poor circulation in my feet, and that was eliminated in probably less than a month. And then I noticed a real overload of energy. It was one night about 3 o'clock in the morning. I was so full of energy, I got up, and I didn't return back to bed until 3 o'clock the next morning. The energy was just overwhelming, and that was just an added bonus to what the products would do. Just another little testimony. Just about 2 weeks ago, I had returned. I was out in the weather, and when I got into bed, I noticed that I was getting my nasal passages were closing, shutting down. I was getting itching of the eyes, and I was coming down with a sneeze. I knew that was a cold coming on. Immediately, I went and got some of the hydro, which is a powdered. It was in the powdered form, and I put that in 3 ounces of water, and I couldn't believe, because immediately upon swallowing that those symptoms just disappeared. That to me was amazing, and I'm not a novice to these products. But anyway, that's the product line we have. Equally important to the product line is the fact that this company is dedicated, as Dr. Prasad is, to humanity. As a marketer, a lot of times there are many companies out here that promote different products and all of that, but it's all about who has the scientific credentials and background to craft these products in a certain formula, in a certain amount, to give the effect that we so quickly get with these products. And that is Dr. Kedar Prasad, and the company is run by a very generous businessman who came out of Wall Street named Dave Mamilkin. And Dave is very generous in the pay plan. That's, like I said, I didn't come into this business to make money at that time, but when I saw how easy it was, he was actually giving away money, because when you first sign up as an affiliate and you share these products with either a customer or another affiliate, whatever that person spends, that first order up to $260, the company, Dave, gives all of that money to you or to myself as an affiliate. That's quite generous. I'd never seen that done before. In other words, he gives, let's say if the subscription is up to $260, he gives you $130 now, which you will get that following Thursday. And at the end of 90 days, by that subscriber holding that membership for 90 days, you get the other part of that $130. Or $260, which is another $130. So you always have money now, money coming. So money has never been a problem. Other than my initial investment in this company, after, I have never had to spend my own money out of pocket. It's always come out of commission, and there's always plenty of commissions always coming in. And I've built a very nice network since that time. You might have heard the phrase, and it's very true, that your network determines your net worth. And that's exactly what this business is doing. It's paying not only myself, but also the people that I share this business with. It's paying them very handsomely. Most people don't make anything for several months, but with this business opportunity, you'll start making money in the very first week, if that's your desire. So that's a little bit about the company, a little bit about how we share this with others. At this point, I want to introduce my co-host. We call him Mark Money Stevens, and Mark is going to tell you another benefit of this great business opportunity, especially coming up to the new year. It's tax season, so I'm going to introduce Mark to you and let him tell you how you can also benefit yourself by the tax advantages of a home-based business. So, Mark, come on in and share the good news with our people.
Okay, peace and blessings, Coach, and everyone that's on the line, and Peter as well. Wishing everybody a prosperous holiday season coming up and a great new year. And I want to share some things with you that'll help you get really greatly through the new year, because first of all, when you talk about the engaged products, we know your health is really your wealth, because you can have a lot of wealth, and if you're sick, your body is not working the way it should be working, then that money is not going to do you any good. So your health is your wealth, and the engaged products brings a lifetime of good health. And so, well, my question to the audience is, are you aware what your largest bill is? Think about that for about 30 seconds. What is the largest bill that you have to pay? And if you think about it, some people are going to say, well, my mortgage, my car. Well, actually, is your taxes. Almost everything that goes on, there's a tax to it. It's just like if you get on an airplane, or if you do something with a bank, they have these things I call junk fees. All they are is a tax. So what I'm getting at is this. What is the number one tax shelter in America? How can you eliminate all these taxes? Well, the number one tax shelter in America is having a home-based business. Well, what do you mean having a home-based business? Well, you have all these everyday expenses, but if you have a home-based business, you can convert those everyday expenses into business tax deductions. If you don't have a home-based business, just in the morning, when you go do your breakfast, lift up your window, take a $20 bill, throw it out the window, and let it roll down to mine or Coach's house. Because that's what you're doing. You're actually throwing away money. So a home-based business, everyone, I don't care how much you make or whatever, everyone should have a home-based business. It does so much for you. And when you think about this program that we're on today, and it talks about the benefits and things like that, I mean, there's no excuse. So think about it. Convert those everyday expenses into business deductions. And the thing about it is it's the tax savings, because it will eliminate and reduce those taxes. I remember back in the day, and, the income I was making, six-figure income, and because of having a home-based business, my wife and I was paying little or no taxes. Now, when you do that, there's a saying that documentation beats conversation. And what I'm saying there, when you do those income taxes, you have to be able to document everything you put there so you don't run into a problem with the IRS. But again, you have to have a home-based business to bring these deductions down, bring these taxes down, and again, to improve your life. It's life-proving. So I encourage everybody, every Monday, come to this radio program. You will get information that is life-changing. Invite your friends, invite your family, invite your coworkers. Let them know if they're at work. Tell them you can get the number, get online and learn something, because, again, it's a benefit to everybody, those that want to take advantage of it. So, Coach, with that being said, I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, that's for no other reason, people should look at it from the tax advantages that they have, or they would have if they did that. I mean, without a tax benefit of this type, you can be given back to the government up to 33% of your income. Why would you want to do that? Why work for the government when you're out there making a living for yourself? So keep more money in your pocket by following the prescription that Mark is talking about here. But I want to share with you, because I don't want to make money the overruling factor of what we're talking about today, because to me it's really all about Dr. Kedar Prasad and the product. It was the Engaged products came to the attention of the government after 9/11, because after 9/11, a lot of the military troops, our military troops were exposed to radiation, particularly at that time, and it came to the attention of the Department of Defense that Dr. Prasad had a solution for our military people by using his formula, which was the EMF formula. It would counteract radiation that our troops would be exposed by. And so once they studied what he had, which is that hydro and his product line are the most studied products that have ever been studied within our country, because, like I said, we were serving the military, so these products had to work. And so they accepted this product into the Department of Defense and gave him a $27 million contract. To me, that was one of the determining factors that caused me to take a very good look at what we had here. Dr. Prasad, like I said, he's a scientist on the PhD. He's a PhD, so he's not a medical person, but he is a scientist, and he knows this, how the body works and what the body needs. And these products, like I said, they work especially fast because they're getting right through to where they're supposed to be going. So at that, once I saw what we had on the table here and how studied these products were, it was just a no-brainer that, wow, I would be more than happy to represent this company. And it's been a great ride. We've been having a lot of fun sharing this information and working with a great group of people such as Mark. Mark is one of my main affiliates that I first shared this business with, and his business is just exploding. A lot of times people, when you talk about going into business, most business people or people thinking in that direction think you have to spend a lot of money and that it's going to take a lot of work, but it's very much the reverse. All you have to do is share this with a few people, good people like I did with Mark, and now, believe it or not, we have hundreds and approaching thousands of people in Pennsylvania and even the Dutch country up there. As a matter of fact, one of our business partners, Beth Sturdivant, she goes up there every other month to work with that community. As you know, they don't use technology, but they do. They will like to meet with, if you have the right product line, they will meet with you face to face, and then and that's how we share the products up there. They got such great results that it's just moving throughout that whole community. And it wasn't me that knew those people. It wasn't Mark that knew those people up there in Pennsylvania, but it was somebody that knew that community, and now we have a whole community that we're dealing with. So it's just a matter of many hands make light work, and that's what this business is all about. Is the time is it's just a little bit of time promoted by each person, and all of that adds up to a great income for yourself if you decide to move in that direction. So with that said, I'm gonna have Peter say a few words. Peter, you gave a great analogy a few weeks ago about that pencil. Tell people how that pencil works.
Sure. There's a very well-known economist. His name is Milton Friedman. And Milton, now he's not alive anymore, but he's not too long past, but he was a really great economist and a speaker. And if you look online, you could look under Milton Friedman and then look for pencil as well, and you'll be able to hear him say what I'm saying right now a lot better. But he basically made the point is that one man could not make a pencil on his own. And he kind of went through it. And if you really think about it, it really helps identify that we're a community of amazing, coincidences, if you will. But he said, listen, if you take a look at this pencil, which one man cannot make, to get this wood for the pencil, you'd have to chop down a tree. And that tree would have to be, way over wherever, probably over maybe in the state of Washington or maybe Georgia. But you'd need a metal saw. And if you had to make that metal saw yourself, where would you find the metal? Well, you'd have to do unbelievable things to, ground up the earth and set up the manufacturing facilities. So I think you know where I'm going. And then he said, well, how about that paint? Could you make paint on your own? And the answer would be probably not, for that yellow pencil, if you will. And how about that lead, which probably isn't lead, it might be graphene. But could you do that on your own? And how about the rubber eraser? Where would you find the rubber from? And maybe the metal or the brass ring that holds that eraser in place. So he basically goes through the fact that not only could one man not do it, but there are probably people that make the rubber that hate the people that make the paint, and maybe would not even have any communication with them, but cooperatively through the way we've done this free market society, and that's really what he's pushing, the idea is that, pencils are made and everything else that you're using are made, and it's a community effort based on a lot of different things based on the free market. And it's a really great example of not even complex thinking, but just the thinking that a lot of people take for granted. And then relative to that pencil example, let's take a look at Engage Global and the work that you guys are doing. Could you possibly build something like this on your own? Could you make the products? Could you make the distribution? Could you make the computers? Could you make the human resources? Could you make the commission structure? And the answer is probably not. Well, I shouldn't say probably. Definitely not. You could not do it on your own. It takes a whole community to get that done. So in essence, when you take a look at your personal finances, there's a lot of people conspiring for your positive outcome if you let it. So there's my little example with Milton Friedman and the pencil example. But if you really think it through, there's a lot of people that are pushing for you, so you could do well if you just take advantage of it.
Very good analogy. And another phrase that is often touted about in this business is team. Together, each one of us achieves more. So it's all about teamwork. It's all about having the mindset to want to help other people. And but the first person we should think about helping is ourselves, because it's just like they say about the baby and the person on the plane. When the plane goes down, you want to put the mask on your face first, otherwise you wouldn't be able to save that baby. So this is what we are offering to everyone, especially with this tenuous new year coming up. Everybody's kind of up and, they're kind of nervous about what this new administration is all about. But we think we have we know we have a viable solution to each and every one of you out there listening, because it's been quoted that money solves all problems. And in a capitalistic society as we're living in, this is a very easy way to solve that problem. I was just listening to how this black group wanted to be one of the first people on to gas up private aircraft. And they had to spend millions and go through all kind of red tape, this, that, and the other. And as much as they wanted to be the first to break into that industry, the forces against them were so overwhelming that they had to divert and go in another direction. They didn't fully get out of that business, but to be one of the privileged few, or the first to be on that runway gassing up private aircraft, the system just says, no, we can't let you have this. As a matter of fact, they were undercutting the prices of the bigger companies, and when that happened, they just said, no, we can't allow this to happen. But here's a business that you can start for less than $50 will get you started, and to really start using the product line, I would say it would be an investment of about $200. And as Mark was saying, once you start that business, even that $200 is a tax write-off against your income. Truly, people, a home-based business, if you start it this year, I would do it as, let's say it's your present to yourself. Start it this year. It will be the gift that keeps giving year after tax season because you planted those seeds in the right ground this year. So, Peter, we're coming close to the halfway point now. Would you like to?
We are way beyond the halfway point, but we're going to run our little commercial break over here for those people listening in. This is a commercial break. We're on the Coach Gaymon radio show. If you go to CoachGaymon.com, up on the top you'll be able to see the Building Fortunes radio platform. We put this up there as well. Here we go. I'm pushing buttons.
Thanks for listening to Building Fortunes Radio. If you sell a product or service, then you should check out PM Marketing's NetworkLeads.com. Just visit www.networkleads.com. For over 18 years, PM Marketing has helped distributors build their home-based businesses through lead generation, website development, automated email delivery systems, and sales training. If you're looking for a way to increase your skills and increase the number of people that see your product or opportunity, NetworkLeads.com can help. To learn more, visit www.networkleads.com. Ask about their lead management system, capture pages, personalized websites, MLM training, humongous blogs, the humongous classified ad network, Building Fortunes Radio, or their webinar schedule. NetworkLeads.com can be your one-stop shop for everything you need. And now, back to our show.
And we are back. Peter Mingles here with Mark Stevens, who's an entrepreneur among entrepreneurs and also helping build this business. And then Coach Gaymon, we're talking about Engage Global. We've had some really great guests here. Mark, of course, is one. We've had Beth Sturdivant here as well. Beth did a really great job on this product line. And I'm going to be throwing some shade on this radio show right now because we're talking about EMFs, electromagnetic stuff, and radiation. You know, there's something that they have called these drones that are flying all over the place. And some of the people that are worried about some of the drones, some of the conspiracy thinking, is there might be some stuff relative to some, maybe a dirty bomb that might go off or anything else like that that might be releasing radiation into our environment. So for all of those people listening in that want to maybe put a little bit of an insurance policy against maybe some of the extra radiation that might be flowing through the air, you probably want to at least get your body ready for this. So there's no... I gotta say, there's no known, recognized credibility to anything that I just said. But if you're like me and you're saying, you know what, any of that stuff might be a possibility. We've done radio shows with the gal fans, the people with Fukushima, and that's real radiation that's going through stuff all over the place. And the stuff that may be going on in your environment, you want to definitely protect yourself from the radiation that Dr. Prasad is so well known for helping to protect. So a little bit of fun tongue-in-cheek on the drones thing and whatever dirty bombs, but the reality is that we are all subject to radiation in our daily lives, period. So, Coach, if you want to comment on that, great.
Yeah.
I would too, Peter. Coach, after you, I want to comment on that. You want me to go ahead,
Mark? Go ahead.
Peter, what you're talking about, I was studying some of that this morning. I study all kinds of stuff like that. One of the things we do have going on, what a lot of people are not aware of, there's a lot of chemtrails that you will see in the clouds and everything. They're not just, the smoke coming from an airplane or whatever. These are things that are happening, and what it does, it puts stuff in the atmosphere. Sometimes you go outside, it doesn't smell too good or whatever. These are things that will affect your health. So there's a lot of things that are going on under the surface that most people don't even know about. So you have to be careful of those things. So you hit it right on the head.
And don't forget these phones that we now have in our hands right now. They're also emitting radiation, your microwave and all those things. So this is the products we have here. The engagement product line will protect from the inside out, just like those troops when they were given to our troops. They had pretty good protection on the outside with their armament or whatever. But the need was from the inside out, and that's what these products will do. That's what makes Beth Sturdivant, which is one of our partners, she was radiated to the point because she had a big tower in the back of her house that was emitting radiation. Plus, they sprayed, she said, around underneath her house with this chemical. And Beth is a person of middle age. She because of that chemical attack, her getting exposed to that, her health was, and she was reduced to the age of a 2-year-old. She could not come out into the light for over 2 years. She spent over $200,000 of her own money to try to relieve those symptoms. But it wasn't until somebody introduced her to Engage Global Products and Dr. Prasad did she finally overcome all of that. And we'll have her back soon as a guest. And today, Beth is she's thriving. She's the person that's up there with the Pennsylvania Dutch now, sharing the good news with them. So with all that was said today, I just want you to ask yourself, is this something that you would like to either use as a product or even perhaps in the future use it as another stream of income? And like I said, with the things that we have before us in 2025, we don't know which ways. This economy is really teetering on the brink right now, and the world situations are really, really becoming calamitous. I was just looking at some of the things that are happening around the world, countries overthrowing countries. So I would tell everyone to seek protection, set up your home-based business, share these products to enrich your own health and share with your families. And with that said, Peter, we're going to let you have the last word today.
Okay, Coach, before you do that, Peter, let me say this real quick. It's very important. Out in your communities, there's something going on there. They have these towers that emits these EMFs, and they're around in your communities. So you need to get these products to protect yourself and your family, because again, they have these 5G towers, and it's emitting all of those things, and we need to be ready and need to be able to protect ourselves and our families. I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
Excellent.
Peter.
Yes, sir. I'll wrap it up. So just have a little bit of fun with the CMF stuff. A couple of Christmases ago, we lived near St. Augustine, Florida. And if anybody's familiar with St. Augustine, you know that the old city of St. Augustine is known for, besides, being the oldest school in the country and all of the stuff that happened, that's where they say we kind of landed first, maybe the first community. They're also pretty known for haunted houses. So my daughter was going on a haunted house tour, and I bought her for Christmas an EMF little device. So it's a thing that measures EMF. And I was because EMF, by the way, that's the stuff they walk around on the TV shows, to recognize like the frequencies if there's ghosts. So if you want to know if you have ghosts in your house, go buy an EMF reader. They could be anywhere from $30 to $100 or something like that. Or you can even buy an app on your phone, which is an EMF reader as well. You could buy an app on your phone for $5 or $10 forever. But one of the things that I did it for is I wanted to see the EMF readings of different locations in my house and maybe even outside. And holy smokes, was I amazed. One of my laptops was off the charts. Off the charts. Like, oh my God, danger level. What I thought would be the worst offender, my Wi-Fi, was not. One of my mouses on my computers was off the chart. And my hand's on a mouse a lot. Forget about things like electric outlets and stuff like that. You'd expect that. But even areas outside your home. So if you ever want to test like your own very unscientific EMF readings, go buy an app for your phone. Cost you $5, you'll be able to use it forever. And you can go around and look at all of the EMF really dangerous things in your house. And then also you'll be able to bring it outside. But this is not something that people just playing around with. I mean, this is like real serious stuff. And for the protection of your body, if your body has all this stuff that Coach Gaymon had referenced, that could really help with the natural radiation or man-made radiation or anything else that might be going on. So whether you're a conspiracy thinker or not, I really do think that you have to take a look in preserving your protection. And especially now with all the weird stuff happening, all these drone things going on. We do a radio show with Russ Johnson, and who might say some of this stuff might be UFO related. Not this round, I don't think. I think this one is something else. So you want to protect yourself and your family, and that's on a kind of a serious note. So might as well make it into a business as well, because don't think I'm the only goofy one thinking about this stuff. You have a whole wide range of a population that is looking to protect themselves from EMF-related stuff. So Dr. Prasad's done a great thing. Coach Gaymon has done a wonderful thing in exposing this on this radio show. Mark Stevens jumping in and working with it. So if you are looking, could be a great Christmas present as well as a wonderful business opportunity as well. And it also might have some great health benefits, too. So we're going to wrap up this radio show for those people that might not see us. Go ahead. Somebody want to mention something? Go ahead.
Yeah, Peter, I wanted to make sure everybody had my number in case they wanted to chat further about whether they need the product or what thinking about setting up their own home-based business. They can call me at 240-524-2486, and you can go to my website at coachgaymon.com. I have a free download for you over there, and let's go from there. So, final words, Peter?
No, first of all, happy holidays if we don't see Mark next week, because it's Christmas and then New Year's. Mark, thanks for doing the wonderful things that you do in life, as well as on this radio show, as well as helping Coach Gaymon. Coach Gaymon, we'll be back next week. But for all those Building Fortunes Radio listenings, you guys will be able to hear us if you go back to buildingfortunesradio.com/Coach Gaymon or coachgaymon.com. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks, everyone.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingles. Be sure to check out the buildingfortunesradio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.